We record. Excellent. Greetings, beloved poets. Welcome to Chaos Magic. I am your host, the Magus, and your host, Catalyst, is in the other box next to me. And we are delighted to have you all. Our first performer tonight, let's get right to it, is Bill Elkins with the guitar. We're so excited to hear you perform, Bill. Bless us with some words.
Okay, I'm going to start off with the. First of all, I want to mention I don't know who made the request for Wildfire, but yes, that was you. Yeah, not this week, maybe next week. I worked on it, but that's not an easy song to sing. You know, I'm not Barry Gibb. I don't have a voice with that kind of range, you know. But anyway, I haven't forgotten. First one I'm going to do, it's a cover song by Donovan. It's called Epistle to Durrell. It's one of his folky songs, I think A Gift from a Flower to the Garden or something, one of these old ones, but it's a great song. Hope you like it. Come all Easter, fish, living in the deep blue sea. Crawl to me, I have a proposition to make thee. Would you walk the North Sea floor to Belgium from England? Bring me word of a banjo man with a tattoo on his hand. The spokesman of the starfish spoke as spokesman should. If you met our fee, then certainly we would. If you cast a looking glass upon the scallop sand, you'll have word of this banjo man with a tattoo on his hand. Come all Easter, fish, I know your ways are caped. Maybe it's because you're astrologically shaped. Converse with the herring shoals, as I know you can. Bring me word of the banjo man with a tattoo on his hand. The eldest of the starfish spoke after a sigh. Youthful as you are, young man, you have a wisdom eye. Surely you must know a looking glass is made from sand. These young fish are fooling you about this banjo man. Come then, aged starfish, riddle me no more. For news I am weary, and my heart is sore. Along the silent seashore, help me if you can. Tell to me if you know of this banjo man. All through the 7 oceans, I am a star most famed. Many leggies have I lost, and many have I gained. Strange to say, quite recently I've been to Flemish land. And if you are courteous, I'll tell you all I can. You have my full attention, I answered him with glee. His brother stars were twinkling in the sky above the sea. So there I sat, there with rapt attention on the sand. very anxious for to hear of the banjo man. I have seen this tattooed hand through a ship porthole, steaming on the watery main, through the waves so cold. Heard his tinkling banjo and his voice so grand, but you must come to Belgium to shake his tattooed hand. Gladly would I come, oh gladly would I go, had I not my work to do and my face to show. I rejoice to hear he's well, but I must go inland. Thank you for the words you brought of this banjo man. I walked along the evening sand as charcoal clouds did shift, revealing the moon shining on the pebble drift, contemplating every other word the starfish said. Whistly winds, they filled my dream in my dreaming bed. Thank you, everybody. Now I'd like to do
Yeah,
original.
Bill, I love Donovan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
first there was a mountain, then there is no mountain, then there
Yeah.
is. Oh,
Sunshine
love
Superman.
Donovan. Yeah,
Yes.
Sunshine Superman. Yeah.
Yeah. Super.
You have
Okay.
another piece for us?
I'm going to do one more, an original. And
Excellent.
it's a song that I wrote years ago about a significant other I was involved with. She was from Poland. Her name is Eva Pawinska. Now she's married and she's gone on a separate life, but at the time she was Eva Pawinska. Wonderful person, but gone her separate ways. I hope you like it. Baltic Sea eyes, golden hair. She's my Venus from Krakow. Mystic dancer, my exotic tightrope walker. She strips me naked with her luminosity. Precious angel, my existential muse. She wakens me from my indifference. Yeah, she does. Oh, cosmic child, my bohemian lover. She vanquishes my demons with her body and her mind. Eva Pawinska, you rescued me. Your intrinsic beauty you let me see. I guess we're as close as two can be. Our love will be forevermore. La la la, la la la. Eva Pawinska, I need you. La la la, la la la. Eva Pawinska, I love you. blue, white, red, double life of Veronique. We talked about these films when we first met. Yeah, we did. I remember how we first looked at each other and somehow knew we'd be together. We walked along Berkeley Marina, looking out at San Francisco Bay. We stopped to hold each other as the fog rushed in overhead, and I whispered in Eva's ear that I loved her. Eva Palinska, you rescued me. Your intrinsic music you let me see. Blah, blah, blah. I guess we're as close as two can be. Our love will be forevermore. La la la, la la la. Eva Pavinska, I need you. La la la, la la la. Eva Pavinska, I love you. Eva Pavinska, you rescued me. Your intrinsic beauty you let me see. We're as close as two can be. Our love will be forevermore. La la la, la la la. La la la, la la la. La la la, la la la. Eva Pavinska, I love you. Thank you, everybody. That's Eva Pavinska.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's great, is what that is.
That was a
Everybody,
lovely
give it up.
tribute.
Thank
Give it
you,
up for
Bill.
Bill Elkins.
That was such a beautiful
Thank you,
tribute.
Bill.
Oh, you sure know
That
how
was
to write a love
beautiful.
song. Swoon.
Old dear friend from my days at Berkeley.
That was
8 years ago.
gorgeous. That was so gorgeous. Thank you so much, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you for appreciating it.
Yes, what a wonderful way to start off the night. Thank you. Okay, coming up next we have Mattie Baby. Mattie, could you bless us with some words?
Yes. Hi. Okay, so the first poem I'm actually covering by Joshua Merchant. He has a book called Hook Decay. For 2 hours, I watch Amy Winehouse try to dry her own tears, even in isolation, even while begging her father to visit. And he shows up with a camera crew, begging her to be cool, and her matte black succulent hive decompresses. Black spores dust the air through the TV screen of the man I am planning to die with's basement, and for 2 hours it doesn't matter what ice I stole from him, chipping away the serpent, lashing my teeth, or the venom he tried to warn me about. The hour after we laid until we were both lotus petals blooming from conversations on a floor-bound twin mattress. What matters is the moment he finally enters the cave that adopted me, and the equator he fell in love with warms the room as I remember the word for humanity and wage war with the red tectonics of my eyes. I tell him I witnessed one of the greatest artists of our generation be brought to pasture by a reluctant yes and a platinum certified no. The bottles of half-touched water can only be medicine for the melancholy. If the sad remembers, there are so many ways to scream. A voice mimicking the squeak and crack of brass, a face reminding itself of its own dimples, the whimper to howl ratio of a microphone. I tell him we are all Amy Winehouse, and everything after slides off his shoulders. Call it a shrug. Call it the silence after I called for the 6th time and another man answered his cell. Call it senioritis, the continuation school we both expelled each other from. The Grammy speech I gave after there was no prom king or queen to be found. Poem. And this is the book. Hook Decay, Joshua Merchant. I'll put the link in the bio if you are interested. Wonderful friend of mine. Okay, I do have something of my own if that's okay. Yeah, okay.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I'm gonna read this with the confidence of someone who thinks their audience has already heard the first half of this. This is a very long poem, and you guys haven't heard it, so it might be a little bit disorienting, but I'm gonna try to read it like you know. This is a snippet from a long piece. I remember my childhood as a car that I rode in the backseat, its passing of every cardboard sign holding homeless hope up off the ground, begging change, please. Anything counts, and then. If you look closely into the crystal ball, do you see how the people driving, your parents, can stranger themselves to those ghost folks so easy? The wanting of the lost is in me. A craving for family feeling the past is begging to be seen correctly. Until it does, it won't die properly. Question. The roadkill has not yet moved to the shoulder today. Can you really not stop? Answer. Does it make me selfish to keep moving? I might have somewhere to be. I'm sorry. Does it make me cruel to say that I can't clean the guts off your day? Does it make me my parents? Should I stay here till you're done dying? I just want you to know how long I felt undeserving. When you can hear this, clap from the other side, and I will respond with a call from the ocean back, chee-hoo, and pull you through. Do you remember when we used to sing that over the radio in Paia to find each other in the dark? Do you remember when we took that song and brought it to college, carried it like a trailblazer? You made friends, you brought the light poi, you were good at it, spinning around, drawing shapes in the dark. I've proven this much. I can do an echo like no one has seen. Dark navigator, smoke detector. I can pull everyone out of the house before it goes up in flames. Did you leave your body in the house after everyone got out? If so, why? If so, where does it burn and you still? If you lie, I'll know. Nobody in Paradise, California deserved what happened. They just happened to be there. I can't believe we're all here at once now, born into the same mass extinction event and the apocalypse. What a mess we've made. But dirt, oh dirt, oh the fury we can grow from living in decay. Oh, the guts it must take to try and make it stop the rot. Touch the fire with a stick and it tolls. Oh, how my metal bell can ring around to some 20-some years into the distance, in either direction, whichever way is forward. Forward is a casket, backwards is a casket. Meet my resistance with your eyes. I'm trying to save you some time so you can live part of your life alive. Oh, monger of the wooden playground splinter. Oh, monger of the chicken piccata with extra capers. Oh, monger of the year before I ever cut this body up with a blade, please become a death threat tangible enough to me to plead. Make me believe there was light underneath the memory, and that was why I could see anything at all in the first place. There is no sun that can touch a kid-sized casket. I was there, and she was too, alive and cute and not so prickly, not so dead. Come, show us a photo of you on Santa's lap. Here is the proof. He didn't ever lay a hand on me or you, like I said he did in my iron grip cage head, like the bell I rung on stage last week. And again tonight, there is evidence of innocence in the people who tried to dig you up. Some good efforts were made by some grayscale folks to raise me in something resembling a childhood. The Brookfield Mall Santa, who didn't touch me, but floated his hands inches from my small body, in that a gift. What coal stocking I turned this sleeve into. If you don't keep your momentum, if you slow down to look at the deer struck on the highway, you will find one eventually. There's a seance there in the passenger seat riding with me, waiting, trying to show me what it can do to prevent more death. She doesn't mean it, but she's ready to waste the work of the day away. She's trying to help. She's trying to curb the bleeding. Hey, not everyone has tried to kill your body on purpose, is what I'm saying. And though you will have to think of them that way for a few clicks north, then south, then get lost. And then when you finally do move forward, just keep your momentum. Don't turn down the dirt road. If you didn't pass astray, you don't have to go looking for blood. I mean, you're forgiven for this, what you think you did. I mean, it's okay when I am ready, when I am able to see it. Until then, dress the hearse in a memory in black, because you used to live above a funeral home. Wear it to work. Forget to change out of it, and then wear it to love, on the date, to the store. Hey, as long as you need to. It reminds me of home too. Home.
Damn, Mattie.
Damn, Mattie. Wow. Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
Thank
You
you.
are you're ridiculously talented.
A
Oh
force
my
to be
God.
reckoned with. You're a force. Of
Wow, let's go.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you.
I'm still in it,
Sometimes it's
man.
hard to take a
All
lot of
right.
praise, but you're gonna have to get used to it if you keep being the kind of poet you are.
Thank you, Gusto.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Mattie. Ah, amazing. Coming up
Okay.
next, we have.
Can I make one point real quick, Catalyst? CP Mays has to leave in 40 minutes. Anyone who is earlier on the list, if we could make some
Okay.
room for him, it would be greatly appreciated. Thomas, maybe?
Yeah, Thomas is cool with it.
Thomas is cool with it?
Yeah, he'll jump in
Fantastic.
somewhere.
Yeah, you're gonna be after Sophia. So Sophia's next. We are welcoming to the mic the great poet Sophia Falco, whose book I have, and I am delighted to have it. This book is fantastic. Get it, read it. It will change your life. It will make you a better poet. Enjoy. Thank you, Sophia. Will you grace us with some words?
Awesome. Awesome. Just sorry. A little speechless after the first poem. Previous poem is a heavy hitter. So we'll pause for a second. But anyways, get back to it. So the cover poem I have for today is by Tim Z. Hernandez, Some of the Light, New and Selected Poems. And I'm always curious, just maybe it's just me, but when books have been released. So this is 2023, New and Selected Poems. And this is the second poem in the book. And I was like, after the first two lines, I was like, I gotta read this one. But not that people have to say trigger warnings or anything, but I'm just gonna say there's alcohol misuse in this poem. So okay, here we go. So I can hold this. Okay. Endling for Anya Salon. I'm so tired. I'm messing up her name. For Anya Saldana. I once drove to meet a hummingbird at the foot of the Canadian border, and I would do it again. I'm such a willing flower. Lean into a sun that shines on me. I'm bending now towards you. I promised myself I'd abstain from toxic plants. I want to turn to palm readers. But the moment I catch myself opening that neon door, I worry where their hands have been. In places of worship, I find myself longing to be rescued, say a botanical garden or white sands, and or on the top step of my porch overlooking Ciudad, Juarez, I can't help it. She took me by the hand once to Chief Joseph's grave, and we made shadow prayers out of bare wings. She said all he wanted was to go home. I left a note pinned to a tree. I was not here. You are not. Can you forgive us for this mess we've made? It's been 5 years and 3 months without a drink, the longest my liver has ever gone without turning sentimental. Nothing gets away from me anymore. What I'm getting at here is that I've spent this year walking back the sum of my hangovers, starting with you, starting with that electricity line that caught me one wintry night, starting with that liquor store curb in Albuquerque and onto that snaking red river in the San Luis Valley. I found the rest stop outside Denver that held us, and I unsmoked all the cigarettes, rolled the planes back over the Rockies, and returned the watercolors to Nature Boys Pond in Western Mass. Never before had so many stones been upturned in Marafa, Texas, nor have all the Ferris wheels wound backwards so fast. Do you know how many pressed white bed sheets it takes to undo the shadows? I've been moonwalking across your memory, restoring sunsets to their rightful coasts. Last night, someone held up a sign on the nightly news. It said, "Welcome to the end," but it just kept on until the sign carrier eventually grew tired and walked home. All he wanted was to go home. I could hear her saying, "There are more affectionate ways to measure these days than with masturbation." Yesterday, a murmuration of birds composed a poem in the sky. It said, "Jack Colum is dead, so the magpies along the Front Range have taken to yodeling horrific elegies," and I can almost hear Jack cry out, "They're crazier than poets. Everything is black or white with them. They tell me California is on fire and old things are burning up. History is going to dregs, and there is still a wolf in the hen house." Everyone is saying something to no one listening. Everyone wants to wade in a gutter and call themselves a prophet without first learning how to kneel. Timsy Hernandez.
Wow. Moonwalking across your memory. Woo. Love it.
Damn.
Great read. Great
Thank
read.
you.
Yeah. You're original now?
Okay.
Okay.
Original. Yeah. Yeah, I got into that one, but it was like you had to go for it, you know? Okay, I'm gonna pick at random, and the side project I'm working on composed of 24 poems. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. No, just kidding. Okay. I don't think I've read Bubble Blast here, so let's go for it. Okay, let's do that one. It's on the kind of the lines of the one I just read. Bubble Blasts. Startled, the beluga whale blew bubbles. A release. I was taught to keep stoically quiet to the detriment of my emotional mind, neglected, abused. Faith and speaking aloud disappeared like the bubble. That kid blew from a green bottle and green wand. Green means go, but the game, red light, green light. Hell, where is yellow? Hello, as an adult, I don't want communication to be cut with the world and an umbilical cord. A mother who had a daughter who she didn't envision to grow up, to become a poet. I kept my secret from her that arose at night. Life got questioned, but there were no answers. I believe there's no God in prayers. Well, don't you dare pray for me. When the remaining rays of light went down, fading away, the golden hour gave birth to the blue hour. Then the nights gave back to the beluga whales. They knew not to stuff their emotions in. While I swam on land and couldn't see the flags, maybe that's a good thing. I will never wave the white flag, no matter how tempting. Oh no. Oh no matter how loneliness takes over like a lost baby beluga at sea. When I would cry, I'd think twice. I couldn't have them see my red eyes just be how they were supposed to be. Thank you.
Just how they were supposed to be. Oh, thank you so much, Sophia. That was beautiful. I love all the bubble too. Everyone, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Sophia. Oh,
Sophia Falco, buy this book. Yeah.
Thank you.
So excited to read this. I've been so happy to get all of your books. I have a bunch of them right here. And if I don't have your book, DM me on Instagram because I want to buy them. I have some cash free this next coming month, and I will be buying authors signed copies of their books. It's very important to me to get a signed copy for my collection. So next up, we have some cat named CP Mays. If he would try to express himself this time, really put some effort into it, a little bit of oomph behind your words. Would you try this time? I appreciate, well, it would be appreciated.
Yes,
Thank you very
sir.
much.
Aye, sir.
Yes, sir.
First off, hello everyone. Thank you, Thomas, for letting me slide in. I got some stuff to do with the kids. But I wanted to be here. So my cover, all you would need to know is on my first tour overseas, we got into some conflicts over in Kosovo, Albania, Macedonia. Before I left, I had a feeling I was going to come back with this weight on my shoulders that I will never be able to shake. So when I got back, I got a cross tattooed on my back to symbolize it. If we could share screen, I will read you the cover.
Magus, you gotta make him co-host. I do not have the power.
The power. But other than that, coming soon, March 30th, I'm doing a World Bipolar Day. So I'm on that playbill to do that. So y'all hear more about it as the time comes closer. Okay, let's do it.
You should be able to share screen now.
Cool. Can y'all see? Yes. Okay. So my cover, at the top of the cross is "My pain runs deep." At the base, it's Psalms 143. So I'm a cover. Who in the hell the world says wrote Psalms 143, NIV version of the Bible? Lord, hear my prayer. Listen to my cry for mercy. In your faithfulness and righteousness, come to my relief. Do not bring your servant into judgment, for no one living is righteous before you. The enemy pursues me. He crushes me to the ground. He makes me dwell in the darkness like those long dead. So my spirit grows faint within me. My heart within me is dismayed. I remember the days of long ago. I meditate on all your works and consider what your hands have done. I spread out my hands to you. I thirst for you like a parched land. Answer me quickly, Lord. My spirit fails. Do not hide your face from me, or I will be like those that go down to the pit. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go. For you, I entrust my life. Rescue me from my enemies, Lord. For I hide myself in you. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground for your namesake, Lord. Preserve my life. In your righteousness, bring me out of trouble. In your unfailing love, silence my enemies. Destroy all my foes. For I am your servant. Cover of Psalms 143. Yeah, I think I ended screen share. Yeah, so that's how I felt coming back from overseas, and that's what stuck, regardless of religion you claim. I think all the books are philosophy, so you don't have to buy into the extreme part, you know, just get it in. All right, so I am doing a new piece. Don't mess this up, Maze. It's called Outlaw. I left home a hero amongst underachievers and returned home to myself strung out on pain, addicted to chronic nightmares and I love yous. Here I am. Proving what puts the tragic in most people's tragedies are the ones that live to survive after them. I'm almost never always happy, sad, sometimes depressed, even when I'm not, mustering courage to pull miracles out of every moment, because maybe, if only, and perhaps are the quickest ways to refurbish your halo with regrets. Before I give up the ghost, I want to know the feeling of loving myself with the same intensity my hate does. I often tell the man in the mirror, don't you dare call me beautiful. If you want me to believe anything else you have to say. Most days my nights run together like Jack and Daniels throwing glass rocks at glass houses because slicing my wrist won't provide enough AC needed to cool off the fire. And this heart is what this poem is. There are no monsters in my closet. But when I'm still, life's still frightened to go to sleep, it's only because I'm deathly afraid of waking up with the devil in my bed, so I dream. Like the true meaning of life told me not to. Like the Grinch that stole Christmas, still preferred you shop with your credit cards. I never believed I could buy back my beauty. Some of us know fulfillment lies in the chores we work to work our ugliness off. I am not the voice of the blues fierceness, bellowing behind respect the mic. I am electric ladyland, poet laureate of future. Please do not forget about me or the way poetry can make you feel something. Or again, here I am. I am here only because over there hasn't made up its mind on what laws to not make up for me to break down yet. I don't sweating it when I cry because I want Jesus to walk all over me. It's the source behind how I learned to love hard in the place where hate is way too easy and I live for a good goddamn challenge. You can call me Magick. Only because I prefer to push when other people pull others too hard into their own insecurities. That's why I wake up every morning. Thank God, tell God, I'm not ready to give up the ghost, even if it's holy. Spending my day declaring to the devil, I'm sorry, forgive me, I'm sorry, because even fallen angels need their egos to be stroked sometimes. My soul left home a haiku. It wants to return home an epic poem. It's just with me and my words are naked. I do not know how to dress them or dress them up, but eventually I will. Before my will, this is how some of us outlaws pray. In Jesus' name I pray. Outlaw.
Monster.
Yep.
Oh my
So
It's staying in the
God.
intense.
brain.
No shit.
Yeah,
Who
so
Whatever's left
intense.
of your brains, give it up for CP
Yeah,
Mays.
whatever's left of your brains, give it up for
Thank
CP
y'all.
Mays.
Dude,
And thank y'all for the room.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you so much.
thanks for being in it.
Yeah, we are
You
so
make the room
glad
better.
you were able to perform for us tonight, CP. Thank
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was
Thank you.
awesome. Oh man.
Okay, next up, they call him the Jedi Master. They call him the Lower East Sider. They call him Paul Skiff. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. It's good to be here again. I have this cover poem by poet Martha Sinadar. She used to be a New York poet, but then she became a San Francisco poet. And who knows where she is now. It's from her book, When the Body Calls, and the title of this poem from that book is Crazy Mary. Mary, tell me your symptoms. Yes, doctor. My veins are running with plagues of the century injected into me when I was born in the middle of a secret experiment. My stomach's full of poisoned grapes, pork, tomatoes, meat of demented animal dreams. My intestines are the color of F, D, and C red number 13, white bread, and blue babies. My liver sweats carbon monoxide, cigar smoke dreams, and free drink tickets. My throat gets sore, swollen, constricted with emotion, and itches in offices. I hear subway screeches and screams and scurry up escalators, run from the sound of shooting bullets and lewd comments. My hair is turning gray, like cement, like storm clouds, like institutional turkey. My eyes are red, itchy, swollen, tell my story, shed many tears. But Mary, are you HIV negative? Yes, doctor. Mary, tell me about your family. Yes, doctor. My son is in prison, labors for his rent, and his brother buys canned goods at the supermarket. My daughter gets raped every day by 1,000 pairs of eyes, and her sister sells sexual favors to the president's club. My grandson can't breathe without air conditioning and inhalers and codeine, and he's allergic to his mother's milk. My uncle is across the water cutting down rainforests, and my brother has malignant skin cancer. My aunt's across the border working in my father's factory, and my shirt is stained with her blood. But Mary, I don't see any blood. Yes, doctor. And powers that be, can I share the screen? I just want to play a sound file. Is it possible for me to share screen? Okay, let me see if I can put this into effect. Here we go. Share sound. And let's see if I can actually find the sound. Okay, so this is a recording. The inimitable beatboxing and vocal electrics are by Terry King Luck Lewis, a collaborator of mine for 30 years until he passed away in 2020. The Engineer on the recording was Huey Cox. The mixing was by Sandra Grassi. The mastering by Hugo Dwyer. It was recorded at a place called Rock River in the year 2000. The title of this is Pulse Drink. And let's see if I can actually make it play. One more moment. We'll get this going. All right, here we go. That's that.
Oh, cool, Paul.
Where can
wow.
we get tickets to your concert, Paul? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's on, just go to paulskiff.com and click on the
Paul.
audio tab. That's there with some other recordings. Or you can get it on 40 different streaming services, but get it for free off paulskiff.com. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Go to paulskiff.com.
I will right now.
That is the diversity you can only find on Chaos Magic. We go from the Bible to the extraordinary beatbox craziness that was.
That was fucking
Let's
awesome.
everybody give it up for Paul Skiff. Yeah.
All right, Paul.
What a ride, Paul.
Excellent.
What a ride.
I really liked it.
That was juicy.
Tour.
Amazing. As always, Paul, thank you so much. And all right, so next we have, I believe it's a newcomer. Michelle, would you like to bless us with some words? Are you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay. I wasn't going to do any pieces, but my God, this is such a cool place. How could I resist? I mean, wow, this has been great. Thanks for having me. Thanks for putting me on the roster. I really appreciate it.
Before you start, we have a little bit of a tradition with Open Minds where people that are new here, we want to open up our mics and just share some love. And thank you for coming. So everybody, if you
Thank
could
you
share
so
some
much
love
for
with
coming.
Michelle.
Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now go ahead.
My name is Michelle Decena, and like I said, this is my first time. I'm gonna do 2 pieces. I'm very nervous, but the background for the first piece is I live with chronic pain and illness, and one of the symptoms that I have and I struggle with is disrupted sleep. I don't really ever get enough sleep. So the first piece I'd like to do is called Insomniac. The infinite problem is thus: my incessant longing for the caramel whisper of truth, or perhaps now it's just a lie, for it's been so long that it does not matter, because the haziness, it clouds my eyes and blocks out the sun, for it burns, it burns, it burns too deeply. These delicate thousands still slumber beneath, and while I, with my peach summertime dreams, dwell above, somewhere, anywhere, yet nowhere, ravage me, oh my soul, quench your heat with my hopes, snap into me and click into place, melt into this welcomed mess, for I do so need you to squish me between your toes, still wild-eyed, still free, but yet the problem is unsolved, and I must continue with my sorrowful ponderings until the sunlight breaks through your dreams. I just want to sleep. Thank you.
One of us. One
Amazing.
of us.
One of us.
No, you have to keep coming back here now. You blew it. See,
Oh no, I've been discovered. Thank you. And then this last piece is one of the first pieces I ever performed, and it still holds a very near, dear place to my heart. It's called Stain. You, yes, you, stain me deeply, like tomato sauce on the good china plates, like red Georgia clay under fingernails from summer sun work. You, yes, you, stain me deeply, like chocolate ice cream on crisp white Sunday dresses, like smoke that wafts through the room catching on hair locks. You, yes, you, stain me deeply, like black soil green grass on jeans knees into home plates, like coffee cup rings on coffee cup tables over coffee cup laughter. You, yes, you, stain me deeply, like sharp white lightning cutting through the bleeding gray sky, like soot-laden thread pulled by bone needle through skin, tattooing flesh with ancient beating ink. You, yes, you, believe me, you stain me deeply, and I don't want to wash you away. Thank you.
Wow, Michelle, you have found a home with us here at Chaos Magic and all Open Minds platforms. Please keep coming back. Your insistent reading of that Stain Me poem was just tremendous. And the Insomniac poem really spoke to me. I have a little problem with that myself. So thank you so much for sharing your words with us. Everybody, open your mics. Give it up for Michelle Decena.
Michelle, welcome,
If you have any
welcome.
links, please post it in the chat
Yes.
because your work is
Thank you. I
Share
will be doing that. Thank you.
Oh, amazing. We love you. Thank you for coming home. appreciate you. Awesome. All right, and coming up next, we have, I believe we're going to stick Thomas OpenMinds in here next. So, Thomas, could you bless us with some words?
Yay, Thomas.
Yeah, I'd be honored to bless y'all with some words. But
Thomas.
again, I want to thank. Oh, if I can figure out which way the mic goes. Hey, I want to thank every poet that came before me and after me. I want to thank all of the new faces and folks that I see here in the building. I want to thank Megas and Catalyst for doing this Monday show. I'm gonna read an original and then a short original and then two short cover pieces because you know it just has to be done that way. Um, I feel like this needs to be read again because what you guys have been doing with Chaos Magic is just amazing. So I call this one Chaos Magic. You know, I've been told that on nights like this, when you recite true magic, it sticks. Minds open wide for the magus and catalyst to reside in. I decide in my fate lays within the realm of magic and myth as I frolic and skip from pure joy, spin around this world they made for us all. It's amazing. It's something self-raising, rising beyond time and space. See, it's a place we all feel welcomed and heard, a place to show our soul out to the world. No matter the content, this group conscious will accept it and praise you at the end of a blood-soaked letter you wrote for a friend who is no longer living, but you're here. You here. You steer me away from darkness with some slick shit talking. How often do you find friends as adults? I hit somersaults at the thought of all the friends I see in this box. You all mean a lot to me. I'm so glad to be a part of this Open Minds family. All right. And then Teresa Gallion couldn't make it tonight, but make sure you guys are following Whisper Poet because Whisper Poet at 7 p.m. Eastern is doing like a book release party for Teresa Gallion. So make sure you guys are there. But since Teresa couldn't be here, I'm actually going to be reading two cover pieces from her new book that's going to be releasing called Come Egypt. This first piece is called Never Alone Again. I come from the womb of love, open to embrace, a soaring heart riding on wind-battered time. The sacred dead rest beneath sand and rub my eyes on bygone ages. I am drunk on ancient water rolling over my breast. My bones are a temple of love that rose from the pure elixir of the Nile. I bathe in sacred water and wait for you to write hieroglyphs of love on the walls of my body and massage my bloodstream. I want to join my flow to yours forever. Float in the essence of pure light. Never leave me alone again. And that was from Teresa Gallion off her upcoming book, Come Egypt. And this next one is from her upcoming book as well. It's called Reserved Space. The back end of this axe beats stakes into the ground to hold my tent in place next to the river. Still, it is not secure. The wind may take it away. I do not want to be held in place like this tent. I want to swim deep and rise like the phoenix, reborn as goddess of this river, singing in the choir of its flow. I feel the heaviness of 1,000 years dragging me in my contemplative state. I move forward by divine grace, on the Nile River, and flood the landscape, renew the earth. Now I float in the Arkansas River. That gives pleasure to ungrateful humans. For a moment, I still feel the blue Nile massaging all my senses. I throw a kiss of gratitude at two rivers and hold space in my heart. I inhale the vigorous flow of the Arkansas River and feel the Nile running through my veins. And those are both pieces from Teresa's new book, Come Egypt. Make sure you guys are following Whisper Poet on IG. There's going to be a book release party, and we're all just going to hang out and share poetry and celebrate another wonderful artist's book. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all. I've been Thomas OpenMinds.
Everybody, open your mics and open your hearts for Thomas Open Minds, who has just rocked the mic hard, buddy. You did a great job.
Word. Awesome.
Love you, Thomas. That was great.
Nice serving of awesome sauce.
We love you.
Ooh, awesome sauce. So, speaking of awesome sauce, Dre Reyes, I believe you're next on the mic.
Hey,
Hey, Dre, how
hey,
you
how's
doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good here. Got this microphone that's working pretty dandy. Anyway, I got one really short cover, one original, and one that's like a mixture of a cover and original. I'll explain later. Um, just so I make up for last week. I'm just trying to remember the thing real quick. Hard work does pay off. Dreams do come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Scott Hall. All right. Now, my original piece that was inspired by this popular YouTube series called Dracula Flow. And at the time I wrote this, I just really hated mosquitoes. So it's called Exterminator Flow. I'm moving different. I'm moving like Oppenheimer, blasting away at nature's heroin needles in the dead heat of summer, employing the Grim Reaper full time in the work of genocide by pesticides. I'm straight gas in a swift mist of death that doesn't miss. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Mosquitoes, much like the syringes and needles littering the streets of mill cities that act as class struggle foliage that never gets raked, are a constant reminder that you can't fix a problem by ignoring it. West Nile, malaria, dengue, yellow fever, all of which can be prevented to a degree if we kill them all off. Maybe it was Mother Nature's way of combating the human infection that has devastated and scarred the planet we call home. Perhaps disease was her immune system simply doing its job, acting as antibodies for humankind's preventing death with death. Initially, Mother Nature fully intended to provide, but now she's decided to take the power back. Imagine if you were a creating and providing force of nature and you somehow decided it was a great idea to put mosquitoes in the mix. What drove you to such extremes? Now you're like Red Bull, giving disease some wings, disrupting everyone's circadian rhythm as you sit back and watch your troll game play itself out. Mother Nature must have amnesia. She forgot that I'm him. I'm him. I've been him and I'll continue to be him. I'm the Himulation. I'm him Kardashian. I'm him Buck 2. I got my DNA test back today and it turns out that I'm 100% Himalayan. I'm the one they've been talking about. I am Apocalypse incarnate for mosquitoes. Again, this shit ain't nothing to me, man. Heed my warning. My extermination game is harder than James Harden's beard game, falling so hard that you little bastards will think I'm a fucking nutsack. I'll kill you, you stupid pieces of shit. You reach for my neck, and I'll turn you into an example. You'll be high on 12 Jason Bournes when I spray you. I live for this shit. But you won't when I'm done with you. End poem. Now, this piece here was heavily inspired by, I would say, maybe one of the greatest storytellers who ever graced pro wrestling, Bray Wyatt. So there's like a slab of quotes that came from him mixed in with some original work. So it's like a mishmash. This one's called Follow the Buzzards. Mankind has struggled to answer one simple question. Where do we go when we die? A man of science will have you believe that we just become one with the earth, nothing more. And a man of faith will view things with a much different perspective. But what about those like you and I? We're special. For us, there is no death. We live forever through our art. This is sanctuary, this platform, this microphone, this fleeting finite moment in time. Here, you and I will manifest all the power we will ever need to thrive in this dark world. I stand in front of you all tonight as a conqueror, as a revolutionary, as a man of 1,000 truths, as a survivor who has slumbered in flames and laughed in the face of fear. I found my way through the darkness and into the light with nothing but limitless might. I am the color red in this world of black and white. Society has placed labels on me, for it is only human nature to put labels on things you don't understand. Labels, insults, numbers, ways to objectify the unknown, the unfamiliar, and the unwanted. I've been labeled many things: unconventional, strange, misunderstood, outsider. Understand this, though, friend. Labels are nothing more than penniless words if you do not surrender any strength to them, and I, for one, will never surrender. Now I urge you to drink in this moment, man. Drink it in like hot coffee and wake up. Wake up and look at this lie you're living in, man. Everything you think you know about your own lives is all based upon lies. All you wake up every morning, you look at yourself in the mirror and you coat makeup all over your beautiful faces because you didn't realize that you were just wearing the mask that society demands you to wear. It is a bottomless pit of lies. These false prophets plaster your hopes and dreams up on a billboard. The days of the false prophets are over. I promise you today, I promise you tomorrow, I promise you up until my final breath that with this sword of my tongue, I will slay this mighty dragon, and I will stand up over his body, and I will whisper into its ear, it's time to end this lie. When you die, come find me. I will never be hard to find. Just look up in the sky and follow the buzzards. End poem. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Dre Ray, that was incredible. Wow. I
You're so
love
smart. It's
Timbuktu and him
amazing.
Kardashian. Oh my God.
So many references.
So many
Genius.
references.
Everyone, give it up for Dre. That was awesome.
Yeah.
As a
Thank you.
wrestling nerd, it spoke to me.
We are so looking forward to your show again. That was awesome, Dre.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next up on the mic, we have a great friend of mine, Rick Spisak. His great book, Stone Poetry, is available now. Buy this book, 200 pages almost of absolutely brilliant poetry. I swear by it. By it. Thank you, Rick. Will you bless us with some words?
I would be honored to, my brother. This first one
Great.
is a tribute. Many of you may know the film, The Night of the Iguana, written by Tennessee Williams from his play. And there's a poem in it. There's a poet that plays a very major part in the whole play. And here is Nano's poem. How calmly does the olive branch perceive the sky begin to blanch, without a cry, without a prayer, with no betrayal of despair. Sometime, while night obscures the tree, the zenith of its life can be gone past forever. From thence, a second history will commence, a chronicle no longer gold, a bargaining with mist and mold, and finally, the broken stem, the plummeting to earth, and then an intercourse not well designed for beings of a golden kind, whose native green must arch above the earth's obscene corrupting love, and still the ripe fruit and the branch observe the sky begin to blanch, without a cry, without a prayer, with no betrayal of despair. Oh, courage! Could you not as well select a second place to dwell, not only in that golden tree, but in the frightened heart of me? A tremendous piece, I think. Tremendous. And now I've got two more to offer you. These are mine. This first one, I want to take you, just for a second, I want to take you to a place where you're going to think about the election. There's a gentleman who right now is saying, if he doesn't win, it'll be a bloodbath. And I want you to turn that magic on him. I want you to take that energy and say, we build a better world. Okay, so this is called The Great and Powerful Donald. Hey, I could shoot anyone in the street, that'd be neat. And no fun, no one could say reet. I could jail an opponent and no one could oppose it. If even somehow they came to know it, I could use SEAL Team 6 to unload some of their wet and bloody tricks. Political opponents don't know. I know that, but Putin knows it and foreclose it. I could rob and steal and make a deal and no one complains. Look, a squirrel. Oh my, how it rains. I can steal and hold power. My kids I'd empower. Cash and crash. Carry for a day and an hour. I can't be touched. I owe so many. So very much. I owe a lot of senators and legislators. So I can, and Big Wheel do it again. Steal it all out in the open, right under the sun. No one can say nay. I own night and day. I owe them both outright. But wait. Mirror, mirror on the wall, is the mighty Donald empowered for anything great, anything that's right after all? I can wait, or just another two-bit hood who's up to no good, who we know now belongs in rusty chains in a hose gal. Like any old crimer, I've seen this before. He's a two-bit, nine-crime indictment, big-time crimer. All the while, no chit. Our very dear Fanny Wills began to plot out what was the best way to ferret this mole out. He's buried in deep in so many crimey holes, so many disappeared. Could they still disinter those dirty bones? She'll dig in, her investigators, deep where they sleep, deep into all this mess. You know what happened. You know the rest. Her track team got the evidence. They got him for sure. They spot him. Endure. But one thing still stood in the way of old Big Justice's door. So his attorneys attacked. They had to. He's guilty. Smack back. And none of it was funny. Unlike old Uncle Milton, Sonny, they tried to slime her. He paid them to. It's their duty by the dime, sir. But she stood above it all. She wasn't pretty. Not her cow. She just pointed to the law. It didn't really matter what a couple liars said. It's just splatter of crimey, plimey patter. The emperor criminal and his hidey clothes all tore off. The state presented him with a pair of criminal quality day-glow orange socks. He'd have to put on his spray-painted gold tennies away for just another day, and it seems clear he's here to stay anyway. And now, my last piece. See if I can do this inside the 5. Here we go. This is called Up on Garbage Mountain. Up on Garbage Mountain, along the Biscayne Bay, although the seagulls stop for dinner, they seldom fly away. Would seem a foul idea to build it up so high. It's not too wise to leave all that garbage piling higher, vaster, wide. Mountainous high, strenuous gazes, heat hassle, hazes, layers strumming, summing suns, drumming, heating, stuffed surprise. Trucks take dumps on hasty humps, leak laughing pungent snares. Vapors drifting, wafting, lifting, sifting through the air. Waves welling, falling, smelling up the air. Don't rush right up to drink the cup without a sealed tight mask to wear. We don our yellow gloves there, our acid-tested boots, completely airtight overalls and air-conditioned suits, with special pressure steel-toed boots amid the gushing whoosh. The bugs that are mighty strange there, we've quite a special strain. The chemicals they've hatched in resemble acid rain. They carry mighty virus, sure a highly aggressive brood. So do not park your car nearby. They've acquired a taste for tires. Radios are good. The roaches that survive there have carborundum shells, and when they fly from place to place, falling, sparking trails are traced. The mud that moves, we call it, watching some crawl by. Don't get any on your shoe, it'll eat right through you quick. And should you dare to poke it, it'll probably eat your stick. One thing you'll find amazing as it reaches cloud-rimmed Olympic heights, one thing true that it can do, bring into a tourist well-earned view a look at that strange and bloated large Jersey in a garbage barb, right as homeless and as sad a sight as a garbage truck out of luck and gas with a year's young load of your own waste. Like the taste? Thank you, my friends. An honor to serve you.
Richard, this is Stone Poetry. Get his book. Maybe you could put in the chat where it's available. Excellent. You're muted,
That was
Catalyst.
awesome, Richard. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Yeah, like I said, your brain is showing. That was so clever and intelligent. That was awesome. Thank you for your share.
Everybody, open your mics. Give it up for Richard Spisak.
Awesome reads tonight, Richard.
Thank you for the wisdom,
Yeah,
Richard.
Richard. Very nice. Well done.
Thank you so much. So, coming up next, we have the Whisper Poet, host of The Heart of the Artist tomorrow. Whisper, could you bless us with some words?
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. So 2 quick promos. So yes, Heart of the Artist tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on this same Zoom platform. Catalyst and I will be interviewing Queen Liberati. And if you have never met her before, she is absolutely a blast. She's so much fun. So I hope to see you there. And if you can't be there to watch it, you can follow us. Please follow us and subscribe on YouTube, The Heart of the Artist 143. And then, as Thomas said previously, 7:30 to 9:30 tomorrow evening, we're going to do an Instagram Live. Therese Scallion's new book is dropping, Come Egypt. And we're just going to make it a party and have some fun. So y'all please pop up and share a poem and congratulate her and buy her book. So that's what's going on. My cover tonight is from my favorite movie, Out of Africa. And if any of you have ever seen that movie, at the very end, Meryl Streep reads A.E. Housman's poem To an Athlete Dying Young at the funeral of her lover, Dennis, played by Robert Redford. So I'm going to read that for you. The time you won your town the race, we chaired you through the marketplace. Man and boy stood cheering by, and home we brought you, shoulder high. Today, the road all runners come. Shoulder high we bring you home, and set you at your threshold down, townsman of a stiller town. Smart lad, to slip betimes away from fields where glory does not stay. And early though the laurel grows, it withers quicker than the rose. Eyes the shady night has shut, cannot see the record cut, and silence sounds no worse than cheers after earth has stopped the ears. Now you will not swell the rout of lads that wore their honors out. runners whom renown outran, and the name died before the man. So set before its echoes fade, the fleet foot on the sill of shade, and hold to the low lintel up the still defended challenge cup. And round that early laureled head will flock to gaze the strengthless dead, and find unwithered on its curls a garland briefer than a girl's. That was A. Hausman to An Athlete Dying Young. All right, so this is something new that I've written. It's called The Cruelest Cut. He looked down at me with the glare of the operating room lights framing him, a surgeon with pretty hair. I gazed at him with the eyes of a pawn, ready for my heart transplant. I didn't know his love was anesthetic, numbing me to the damage of his scalpel tongue. I lay there and smiled as he severed the vessels that held it in place. Such sweet sadism, such tender torture did he render me. And when he wrested my heart from my chest and bore it away, I thanked him for taking it to be rewired into the image of his own, content in the knowledge I was lucky to have someone who cared for me so deeply as to model me so. Lucky, lucky, lucky girl to have the opportunity to please him. Then I awoke. A ragged scream tore from my throat. A gaping hole in the center of my center stared back at me in disapproval, as if to say, look what your choices have wrought here. Wild-eyed glance reveals my heart's location in a vintage Pyrex dish on a mid-century modern table, graced with his blood-streaked butter knife. My aorta squirted at me. Stupid, stupid, stupid girl to take the opportunity to please him. He strode into the room, his schedule on his heels, wearing the eyes of a stranger, the husk of his previously imagined empathy hanging flaccid from his pocket. I'm sorry I'm bleeding. It's all good. I never saw us working out, but it was fun while it was fun. Whisper.
Holy shit. That was intense. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Whisper.
Whisper.
Everyone, open up that
Open
mic.
your mics. Give some love to Whisper Poet.
Thank you, guys.
Terrific.
Thank you for that. Whisper.
Yeah.
That was intense surgical feelings.
And definitely don't miss Heart of the Artist. It has its own YouTube page. Check these great interviews with female poets out. She really makes a great space for female poets.
Absolutely amazing. I'm going through some speechless stuff right now.
Okay, I'll take
I know
over
that
for a
was
sec.
kind of a departure for me. I know y'all are probably like, what the hell just happened?
Right.
Very much appreciated. Okay,
Next up
so
on the mic, we have Dane Ince. Dane, would you bless us with some words? I see you're chewing there.
I think it might be
Yeah, I
general.
think Generalissimo is up before me.
Oh,
General.
really?
And
Oh, I'm
Dane.
sorry. My bad.
It's all
My
good.
bad. Yes, it's on my list.
Okay.
It's on my list.
I'm sorry.
Generalissimo, will you bless us with some words?
That's okay. I'm the invisible today, so that's okay.
No, you were
Let's see
right
what we
there
got
on my
here.
list. You are there in black and white. I just skipped it. My bad.
Happens to all the hosts. This is a poem by the current Beat Poet Laureate of California called Ramada. The Beat Poet Laureate of California happens to be Dane Ince. So that you did call his name. It's Ramada by Dane Ince. Air so heavy, humid, a crystal factory, tiny rainbows everywhere. This slender kiss, the chord of fantasy, death blossoms Tuesday, the plate of barbecue, the poem, compact, dense strands woven, the ghost memory. I start this day sadly, stand in the corner, hope the painted floor dries soon. What are you doing to me? What I do to myself? I paste the socially acceptable sneer upon my sad, solemn face. Lighthouse to my secret misery, perfect. Prefer no help, but to look at rose petal, the liberation and the detail absolution. I am sufficiently high for all practical purposes, practically. I asked and was told the only answer is bound to be cellophane. The children nightmare orange skies that they now call dreams in their DNA. I am vaccinated. You, what did you do before the pandemic? You know that look people have when they are young? We had it before we mourned, saw the light last fading before the pandemic renaissance flew up into embers glowing night. I keep seeing the perfection denied me. Yes, I know I am unworthy, but still the answer bleeds from the quill. This is rocks and throat words. I keep them in my full stomach, sleeping on my back. I hear them clack together, crumble into stomach acid, lonely splinters stab. It is always my fault. I carry this black sack, light as lead, floats on a summer's breeze. I am located in that part of the world when light falls to illuminate anything but misery and unpaid bills, also known as Hebronville, Texas. I drink enough to think I can find some comfort here. I stand on the edge of cactus shadows at noon. I commune with rattlesnakes, a kiss on the cheek, on my sunburnt face. I watch the poor rodeo unfold, eat beef under the Ramada, the beer garden accordion unfolds the night under sapphire stars. So long ago, it was yesterday. That was Ramada by Dane Ince. And this is something that I wrote in response to that, actually. Once upon a time, a poem painted me into a corner. I start this day sadly, stand in the corner, hope the painted floor dries soon, from Ramada by Dane Ince. I was once commissioned to paint the floor of quite a large room. Over halfway through, I realized I was painting in the wrong direction. I had to literally paint myself into a corner. Then I had to wait for the paint to dry. Then I had to come back to paint the corner a different color and sign my name. This is not a true story, or maybe it is. And if you allow me to do a very tiny extra poem, which is a sanka. A sanka is a form I invented, which is 6 lines between 3 and 9 syllables each line. This is called the art of agreeing to not disagree. I might agree with something I don't fully understand as long as I can understand that what I'm agreeing with isn't disagreeable. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Gustav, and thank you, Dan, for your poem.
Yeah. Generalissimo. Everybody open your mics and give some love to Generalissimo. Yeah.
So
Generalissimo Brian Franco, yes.
Awesome work tonight.
Can you
Brian.
explain that form again real quick?
The Sanka.
The sanka is 6 lines, 3 to 9 syllables. And I would like to add a thing that it needs to be sort of jaunty or humorous. And if you type out, it needs to be centered.
3 to 9 syllables per
work.
line, 6 lines, and kind of jaunty, staggered.
Entered is yes.
All right, did we all catch that? I kind of caught it, kind of, sort of, maybe put it in chat. It was a little staticky there, General. All right, so coming up next, we have Dane Ince. Dane, are you ready?
Yes, I'm
Would you like
ready.
to bless us with some words?
Yes, yes. I'm going to start with a poem by Alan Harris, The Voice in My Head Mean Well. This is called Do Not Die Angry. He's a San Francisco poet. Be as happy as a puppy with 2 peckers. Be as crazy as a room full of cat ladies. Turn down that offer to become a sound man for a mime troupe. Ponder the irony of the fact that people take Labor Day off from work. Throughout your day, push as few buttons as possible. If you're a Republican, don't bother trying to smile. It won't look natural. Stop telling people to have a nice day. You'll be amazed at how much time you'll free up. Communicate with others entirely through texting because it makes lying easier. Be bright enough to know the difference between stupid and ignorant. Be the kind of vegetarian who makes exceptions for fish, chicken, pork, and red meat that comes from cows who died of natural causes. Spend as much time as possible with your imaginary friend with benefits. Never trust magnets. Support your local improviser. Try not to hate your cuticles. Try not to let inanimate objects embarrass you. Have a coroner on speed dial. Keep reminding yourself that politeness is a form of insanity. Avoid edgy cuddling and paranoid kissing. Bathe often in the logical daylight. And be the enemy of essential worthlessness and aggressive pointlessness. Don't be allergic to confidence. Don't be a reality phobic. Don't have a dreamless life. Don't die angry. So my piece is called Moonful. When a 9-year-old's mother is murdered in front of them, shot through a door, the bombs burst a dam, now the town is flooded. You bring me teenage angst like it's the Eucharist. Stand on tippy toes, puff up your chest, claim to be 5 feet 8 inches when you were 5 feet 7 inches. The rich, famous podcaster, the wannabe poet, nostalgia. Flames, lights of Poe, Kerouac, without a single drop of rain. I grow weary of my need to help more than I are weary of me as well. I do not come to you for a solution. The one who rescues is the one who needs saving. I wish you would let me take care. It's a need. Testicular assertion of manhood comes across as embarrassing. Personality poison. Every self-absorbed one, perhaps the best, are considering that path over there, far away from cooties, self-pity, the lost, the rest. I have no answers. I find no peace in this mournful life, full of eclipsing moons, heartache. I had a life before, and before, and before, as dry as a sandy dirt road. I am fresh out of ideas why anyone would want a lost thread, paper clips, dust in the corner. At some point, it's futile to ask for more. He said, see that shimmer? I think sometimes that I see things no one else does. Feeling flat, crickets complain after dark, fireflies, Milky Way, whisper of what crumbles, cats complain, and I do not understand, and I do not understand. But a while ago, he read his poem about the wheel, mumbled through flame red ginger beard. The kitchen denizen traded his good humor white jacket. houndstooth slacks for standard issue, beat black, and willow long-haired company, hands held, walking north on the avenue. The artist's stride came with confidence of the once diffident dishwasher sneer. Ah, nostalgia, wretched food poisoning. I will try to keep it to myself, but the big spit will not be denied. And before I had a life I had before. The drawer is waiting for me to empty it, waiting to be. It's terrible to watch the fake aquarium. I'd love to watch the fake aquarium on the Roku, on the CGI TV. No, so many may not have the peace watching the tropical fish swim in warm CGI water, waiting to be. The drawer is waiting for me to empty it. I had a life, and before I had a life, heartache. I think I may have jumped. Oh, wait, yeah, I did. I had a life before. The big spit will not be denied. I'm trying to keep it to myself. Wretched food poisoning. Ah, nostalgia. One of the once diffident dishwasher sneer, the artist's stride came with confidence, and willow long-haired company, hands held, walking north on the avenue for standard issue, beat black, houndstooth slacks. The kitchen denizen traded his good-humored white jacket, mumbles through flame red ginger beard. He read his poem about the wheel, but a while ago, that I do not understand. Cats complain, and I do not understand. Whispers of what was crumbles, Milky Way, fireflies. Crickets complain after dusk, feeling flat. I think sometimes I see things that no one else does. He said, see that shimmer? At some point, it's futile to ask for more. Dust in the corner, paper clips, a lost thread. Why anyone would want. I'm fresh out of ideas, as sandy, as dry as sandy road. And before I had a life before, heartache full of eclipsing moons. In this mournful life, I find no peace. Have no answer. The rest, the lost, self-pity, far away from cooties over there, are considering that path perhaps the best. Every self-absorbed one, personality poison, comes across as embarrassing. Testicular assertion of manhood. It's a need. I wish you'd let me take care. The one who rescues is the one who needs saving. I do not come to you for a solution, and wary of me as well, more than I grow weary of my need to help. Without a single drop of rain, Kerouac claims light of Poe, the wannabe poet, the rich, famous podcaster, claims to be 5 feet 8 inches when you are 5 feet 7 inches. Puff up your chest, stand on tippy toes like it's the Eucharist. You bring me teenage angst. Now the town is flooded. The bombs burst a dam, shot through a door, is murdered in front of them. When a 9-year-old's mother is shot in front of her kids, it's terrible. The hunger moon. Thank you.
Thank you, Dane. Everyone,
Yeah, kick-ass,
open your
Dane.
mics.
Wow.
Give it up for
That's
Dane.
pretty wild, dude.
Fantastic. Everybody, open your mics for Dane Ince. Give some love to the poet.
Thank you for the tears.
That was amazing.
Nicely done, Dane. Very thought-provoking.
I can't hear anything.
Beautiful. And to
Next up on the
follow
mic, we have
Dane.
Mercedes. I believe this is your first time on the mic here at Chaos Magic.
Yes, I've never been here before. Thank you.
We are
Wow.
delighted to have you, everybody. Welcome Mercedes to the mic, please.
Welcome.
Welcome. We love you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Bless us with some words, Mercedes.
So I gather that you all do a cover poem first here. So I picked for my cover poem, The Lesson of the Moth by Don Marquis. I was talking to a moth the other evening, He was trying to break into an electric light bulb and fry himself on the wires. Why do you fellows pull this stunt? I asked him. Because it is the conventional thing for moths, or why? If that had been an uncovered candle instead of an electric light bulb, you would now be a small, unsightly cinder. Have you no sense? Plenty of it, he answered, but at times we get tired of using it. We get bored with the routine and crave beauty and excitement. Fire is beautiful, and we know that if we get too close, it will kill us. But what does that matter? It is better to be happy for a moment and be burned up with beauty than to live a long time and be bored all the while. So we wad all our life up into one little roll, and then we shoot the roll. That is what life is for. It is better to be a part of beauty for one instant and then cease to exist than to exist forever and never be a part of beauty. Our attitude toward life is come easy, go easy. We are like human beings used to be before they became too civilized to enjoy themselves. And before I could argue him out of his philosophy, he went and immolated himself on a patent cigar lighter. I do not agree with him. Myself, I would rather have half the happiness and twice the longevity. But at the same time, I wish there was something I wanted as badly as he wanted to fry himself. And this is a rondo that I wrote just the other day. The dead flowers remain in place, though they are long gone from her vase. Indifferent to summer breeze, impervious to winter freeze. Dead flowers always haunt this space. A new bouquet cannot erase the sadness on the woman's face. Everywhere she looks, she sees the dead flowers. Wishing those flowers had the grace to disappear without a trace. Away from her contentment flees. Dead flowers fill her with unease. She knows that she cannot replace the dead flowers. Thank you.
Beautiful reads, Mercedes.
Yes, thank you so much.
We're so
Everyone.
glad to have you with us, Mercedes. Wow, great reads. Just beautiful.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
Everybody, open your mics for Mercedes. Give some love to the poet.
That was awesome, Mercedes. Thank
Well
you.
done, Mercedes.
Love the cover too.
Well done. Really enjoyed it.
Hmm?
So awesome. Thank you so much and welcome. You're welcome here anytime. That was awesome.
Super neat.
So coming up next, we have Miss Marianne Tefft. Marianne,
Oh.
could you bless us with some words?
The pleasure is mine, Catalyst. Thank you so much. Good evening, Megas. Good evening, poet friends. I always like to tease my friends that if they offer up any good lines, you can be sure that they're going to be stolen for a poem. But sometimes we ourselves offer up a very good line. And evidently the first line of this poem, according to the poet, was offered up to her husband. And I'd like to share with you Love Poem with Apologies for My Appearance by the U.S. Poet Laureate Ada Limon. Sometimes I think you get the worst of me. The much-loved loose forest green sweatpants, the long braless days, hair knotted and uncivilized, a shadowed brow where the devilish thoughts do their hoofed dance on the brain. I'd like to say this means I love you. The stained white cotton t-shirt, the tears, pistachio shells, the mess of orange peels on my desk, but it's different than that. I move in this house with you the way I move in my mind, unencumbered by beauty's cage. I do like I do in the tall grass, more animal me than anything else. I'm wrong. It is that I love you, but it's more that when you say it back, lights out, a cold wind through curtains for maybe the first time in my life, I believe it. Thank you. Thanks to Ada. And then I'd like to offer a piece of my own. In the Northeast, in New England and Canada, we like to call this mud season. So here's a poem called Unwary Boots. Cold mud suckles unwary boots and sometimes swallows them whole. I had just stepped from my mother's car one Friday after school when that careless overshoe fled from the embrace of my favorite knee sock into the maw of a viscous driveway. In the spring, we poked that lane with sticks. We found our dog Pal's water dish, the red one that flew off the stone deck in last summer's hailstorm, and a tawny bottle with wavy glass that my grandmother said might be worth something, but that boot never turned up again. It's hard to believe a weird thing like that could really happen, but a lot later, different driveway, you pretty much dipped the same way, and I never saw you again either. Thank you.
Oh, that was lovely. I got caught up on the dog dish one. This is good.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
True story.
Everyone, open up your mics and give Marianne some love.
Yes,
Thank you.
indeed. Marianne, if you would
Thank
also
you.
take a second to update us on Julia's progress and how things are going there.
I would, and she's going to have to close her ears because I know she doesn't want me to tattle on her, but we are here in Panama enjoying our last few days. Here between the Pacific and the Caribbean, my daughter has made an absolutely miraculous recovery from critical injuries suffered in a motorcycle accident on February 1st. And it appears that we are going to spin through St. Martin in the next couple of days and back to Toronto very, very shortly. So I thank everybody here for keeping us and especially my daughter in your kindest thoughts. That positive energy has truly made all the difference, and she's definitely on the right track now.
Excellent to hear. We're all so happy. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you, Megan.
Love
Thank
you,
you, everybody.
Marianne.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next up on the mic, I believe this is your first time on the mic, Olivia, here at Chaos Magic.
Yes, I was only at the Valentine's thing, so that's how I found you guys. This is my first time for the Monday night, but I met you guys at the Valentine's thing a while back.
Yeah.
That's how I wound up here.
I'm so glad you found your way. That's awesome.
Yes, we are so glad you found your way to us.
Thanks.
Everyone, if you want to open up your mics and welcome Olivia to this space, send some love. Oh, we love you, we love you, we love you.
Thanks. I didn't come prepared with a cover. I just have a short poem and or two. So this is something I wrote 2 days ago. I'm processing a grief wave lately. Trigger warning for addiction. It doesn't have a title yet. It's been a long day. I don't want to take a shower. So I reach for some weed and a playlist that might seduce me into relocating my soiled body into the bathtub. I pack a bowl. In the pipe that you gave me when you came back from your trip to Michigan and decided to purge all your old paraphernalia as it no longer served this long sober version of you, but it seemed too precious to just be handed off to anyone, this handmade antique that you found so beautiful you never actually used. You kept it I kept it wrapped up carefully the same way you did until I used it for the first time the week that you died. We used to joke about how horrible it would have been for us to meet back then, back in Michigan, where we spent the same winter being rock bottom miserable in two different cities on opposite sides of the mitten with two different flavors of addiction, completely unaware that our paths would somehow cross 3 years later on the other side of the country. I take a hit, and I think about how this pipe knew you before you knew me, but not in the same way it knows me now. This me that misses you so much I smoke a pipe you never even touched. I think about how I wish we had met back then, even if the joke were true and we would have just been a couple of hopeless addicts in love who may have quickly succumbed to a death we would have hardly tried to outrun, but in my morbidly depressed fantasy, at least we die together. And I know, and this is how I know, that I'm not really okay. I postponed my shower to write a poem, to process this wave of grief with syllables called words, knowing none of them will ever bring you back, but they might help me integrate this misery, help me get through another day without you here, without succumbing to what was once a joke about fear. You were always the more sober one, so why the fuck am I the one that's still here? I know life isn't designed to be fair, but I don't know how to forgive a world that makes living like this so cruel. If you were always better at this forgiveness thing too, as if I need more reasons to hate the world as much as I am grateful it ever gifted me you at all. I don't know how to forgive it for taking you away. I still haven't taken a shower, but after a playlist, your pipe you never used, and a slow hit or two, I add a few syllables to the explanations behind my struggles. The push beneath the wave, it was a long day, but I'm still finding ways to figure out how to be okay. Thank you.
Well, before you go to your next poem, wow, that really spoke to me, Olivia. Just really moved me.
Thank you for
gorgeous. Thank you.
And I was gonna do another poem, but Bill's still here. Bill inspired me to play a song, which I've never done this before, so hopefully you can hear me okay. But Bill seemed to do it pretty well. I have to stand up.
Make sure you turn on your music, the sound for musicians.
Oh, how do I do that?
How do we do that, Bill?
Is that a thing? I would say I was just impressed by how well that sounded.
Upper left corner of your screen, you'll see original
Yes.
sound for musicians.
That's if you're on a computer. Are you on a phone or a computer?
I'm on a tablet.
Okay, if you're using the mobile app, if you do not see that little button he's talking about that says sound for musicians,
I don't.
then you need to hit the back
Audio
button on the
tab.
tablet and go out to the settings, and you need to go to general, or I'm sorry, not general. You need to go to, where is it? I just did it a minute ago myself, and now I can't find it.
I see what
It's
you're
in the
saying.
settings menu. Oh, it's under settings, hit the meetings button, and then there's a little toggle switch that says use original audio. That's what you need to switch on so that it doesn't mute out anything but your voice.
Oh, interesting.
You see that?
Hold on. I lost my settings panel. Come back to me. Come back. Oh, maybe it doesn't want me to do this while I'm in a meeting?
You should be able to. Are you on the Zoom app?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to back out to the settings menu and click on meetings. I know you can on a phone anyways.
Oh, it doesn't want to let me. Well, I can do it for now. I'll figure it out for next time. Yeah, I don't want to mess it up. Weird. Okay, well that's good to know. So I'll do that for next time. Yeah, I don't want to take up everyone's time. So yeah,
Oh, don't worry, we have all the time in the world for you, Olivia.
No, it's okay because my computer's probably gonna not want me to do it.
Right.
That's okay. I will do it for next time though. But thank you for that. I didn't know. I was wondering. I was like, how does this sound so good? I feel like it should be. But thank you, Bill. I was gonna play a song that I wrote for my partner who died before he died. It was his birthday present. But
that's too bad.
If
but
you
I'll
want,
still
you can still play it. It'll be hard to hear the guitar, but we could still,
Oh no, I'll do it next time. Don't worry. I was already nervous about it, so I'm just
okay.
I
Well,
won't say
thank
that.
you. I mean,
yeah.
the poem you read, that was
Well, I'll
amazing.
just do another short one.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, on the same topic. This is really helpful for me. I don't really share a lot of my grief poems lately, so this is really helping me process things. So this is another one I wrote over Christmas time. I haven't read it yet. This is called Different Names for the Same Fear. I've never been afraid of heights. I'm not claustrophobic. I've certainly never been scared of dying. When I was little, I was mostly just scared of my father, but so was everyone else. The one thing that has always seemed to terrify me is the death of those closest to me. So much so that my willingness to stick around is largely produced by the guilt, whose roots are so overly saturated with hypersensitive empathy that the very thought of my worst fear becoming your reality is enough to usually keep me here. Keep me doing the things I am supposed to do, doing the next right thing, one moment at a time, one breath, another breath. But then you died. And while you were not the first to leave my world so premature, you were the closest. You were the soul who loved me in a way that redefined the act of love, who radicalized it enough to convince me to love me. You were the curator to my most authentic moments before a single moment took you away and you suddenly became my deepest fears spitting directly in my face. And while the temptation to join you has certainly remained, there is a new fear that has kept it in its place. The fear of failing you. This weight of my desire to carry on your legacy perpetually flings me forward as I struggle to ride these never-ending waves of grief, these seas of love that remain in me for you, the you that remains in the love you left in me. I am terrified that if I leave, you will have loved me for nothing. I must find a way to stay, a way to prove that even though I could not save you, your love is still enough to save me. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh my God, so beautiful, so incredible. They speak to me. I lost my mother, and your poems really spoke to me.
Are you from Michigan, Olivia?
Thank you, Magus. I grew up in Michigan, yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
live in California.
Whereabouts in Michigan?
I grew up in Grand Rapids.
Ah, I was born in downtown Grand Rapids.
No way.
True story. You're my
Wow.
sister.
Wow. Yeah, I was born downtown Grand Rapids too. I was born, I believe, at Butterworth or Blodgett, one of those two.
Butterworth for me. So maybe we were born in the same room. I don't know.
That would be something. That would be a cool poem.
Crazy coincidence. I thought I recognized your accent.
Yeah, it comes out.
Well, you
Thanks.
got to keep coming back and please do that song next time if you feel up to it.
I'll think of it.
Indeed, indeed. Keep coming back, Olivia.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody else, open your mics and give some love to Olivia.
Really good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Woo.
Thanks for coming home. We missed you. Okay, Zach, are you ready to share with us? Did you want to do some sharing tonight, Zach?
Yeah, definitely.
Yay! Okay.
Definitely. All right. The cover piece. Start off with my cover here. Actually, just give me a moment to turn this light on. Yeah, I see. Boom. Start with my cover here. This is from Saul Williams from his book USA. It's called Unanimous Goldmine. All Coltrane solos at once. Twist them horns round the necks of each equation and expand upon multiples of death. We were crowded into the shit bins of a floating toilet dreaming of an afterlife, while memories stored in a cloud. Terabytes, C major, winners of religious thinking praise books for bookends. Here's the invention of the astronaut. A First Nation sweat ceremony in a spaceship. To imagine hell is privilege. Paint a dream world solid enough to hold us. Held by blocks of time, margins and calendars, divisions of labor contracts, social and otherwise. With each kiss biodynamic in direct correlation to stars and seasons, the ability to calculate distance, harness power, stem cells, his words. the ability to calculate distance, harness power stem cells, erect mobile mansions capable of projecting destruction at greater and greater will. What could be holding us here? Here is what death is like, life without fear. Thank you. And then here's one for me. Disillusioned doubt courses through my mind. Markers of old and new remain forevermore. A distant darkness kept at bay by a white blinding light. And remember that love's will never bind thee. Destruction looms over the negativity of a town, and just as righteous anger pumps through these veins, waiting for the call of the wicked and cries of the pure, the day I hear the blaring of those great horns blown thrice is the day the warrior of light shall rise from his slumber. Oh, thank you.
I'm screaming. I had to open up another reality just to screaming.
Thank you.
Righteous, Zach. Righteous. Yeah.
Everyone show some love to Zach. That was awesome.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
Great
that
job.
second piece was really short. Do you have another small piece for us?
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, 3 to 5 minutes set, so you have a little extra time. I'd love to hear some more from you.
Ditto.
Ditto.
I'll just turn the page and do this next one. What is space-time but our own created illusions? Sometimes when we hit the rock bottom and we try to fight it, the thing you need to know about the rock bottom is it's quicksand. Don't struggle or fight against it. Just embrace it. Tell it you love it. Thank it for showing you the depths that you could never reach before, while still being here. Your fight isn't with the darkness or your lowest moments, nor is it against anything you perceive to be holding you back. Your fight takes place between the light and the darkness. You don't use fists, you use your heart, your voice. Speak love and show love. And among those weapons and her compatriots, all battles are won. Oh.
Oh, I'm so glad I asked for more. Wow. Yeah, Zach, that was terrific.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers. Everybody open your mics for Zach.
Yeah, I want that phrase on a plaque I can put on the wall. Your fight isn't with the darkness or your lowest moments.
Succinctly excellent.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Indeed.
Thank you for that.
So glad you read another one. Good call, Magus.
So I'm a little lost on the list here, Catalyst. Can you tell me who's up next?
Up next we have Parquillian. Parquillian, could you bless us with some words?
Sure thing, thank you. I've been a fan of owls since I was a child. Oh, I'm trying to fix my mic here. It's acting up. There we go. I don't know if you can see. Some of my friends here I've collected over the years. I've got a whole collection of some of them in storage. And so that was a catalyst for my making a design, one of my word designs out of a snowy owl, made with the words for snowy owl in languages spoken where the snowy owl lives. Anyway, that's inspired this poem that I wrote not too long ago. It's called The Song for the Snowy Owl. This owl floats above the snow to scan for signs of life below. Unlike its kin, it flies by day while wandering around to hunt for prey across the Arctic tundra waste in search of creatures to its taste, like lemmings heading for a fall, as we wonder if we'll survive it all. And then, as usual, looking for a cover at the last minute, I found this poem, which is just called Snowy Owl. It's by Daniel Turner. In majestic beauty, I stand alone, my lifetime mate included.
Together on land we build our home, preferably secluded. My 5-foot wingspan is solid white. Hunting is done in the light. Fish, rabbits, rodents, and birds are nice. Lemmings are a daily delight. With yellow eyes and beard of black, I rule my frozen domain. Neither fox nor wolf would dare attack. Even eagles are aware of my fame. The ghost-like snowy male owl am I, with razor-sharp talons to die for. Arctic tundra is where I prowl up high, where snow peaks are just the ground floor. And then I think I have time for one more. I think I shared one recently about my mother, whose birthday was this last Friday, his 89th birthday. And this is one I wrote after seeing her a little more than a year ago for the first time since the beginning of the pandemic. This is called Time to Go. Her hair is now as white as snow, her shoulders hunched over more than before. I give her another hug, as I haven't been able to do for almost 3 years. But soon she pulls away. It's time to go, for she has things to do, and I must catch my train. And thank you very much. I'll put a link in the chat. I'll put a link in the chat for my if you want.
Yes, please put the link in there. Martin, that was
Yes,
beautiful.
put the link in the chat. Yes. Oh, I see you have a snowy owl.
This is actually,
over.
I think, great gray owl. I didn't know it's pretty small, but and he used to make a noise, but I had him too long. He's died. His noise.
He's all hooted out.
Yeah. So we still call him Hootie, though.
Still call him Hootie. I love it. Well, from my owl to your owl. Much love. I love those poems. Thank you so much. Everyone, open up your mics and give some love to Martin.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Thank you, Martin.
Yeah, thanks, Martin. That's nice work.
Coming up next, we have Kevin. Kevin, could you bless us with some words?
Hey, y'all. Long time no see. Since do as thou wilt is the whole of the law in this room, I know you guys won't mind if I mix it up and do my original first and my cover second. This first one is a haiku triptych that was adapted from a poem by Ma Dukes using a formula similar to what Nemo Sum uses. And this is my first piece that has been accepted for publication. So I'm kind of excited about it and wanted to share it with you guys tonight. This is called Stages. When loss fills a life, everything falls to the side, including yourself. Can't be understood by those beyond first person. That must be blissful. I'll find a way through. There's beauty in the mundane. Life is worth living. And this next one is a cover of my best friend and writing partner, Sidekick. This piece is called Streetlights. When I was a kid, no one explained to me the difference between streetlights and guardian angels. So on road trips, I would sit in the back seat, sprinkled with snow petals, my crown against the glass. There's no ceiling for me, just the lights, driver, and juice giver. The lights flicker by, bringing a clarity to the night, making the shadows less scary. Driver would get in the car some days, the forest of his beard bending round the open cave on the hill of his face. A smile you could barely see was always on the horizon for me. Driver is the one who can navigate roads no one knows. Even he has not been here before. But something in him knows the way. The light shines out there. You can see the next one coming, It makes the darkness in between almost pleasant. I sit in the back seat, my crown safe against the glass wall and my thoughts on the family that can't be broken. The juice giver stays in the car with me every day. Her soft hands hold a comfort to heal any sickness that the driver can't keep out of this car. She keeps it spotless in her mess, an organized chaos. The light softens at the edge, never gives out. At its darkest, starts to overlap and begins again. These street lights hold me as we travel to only driver knows where. Some days I would close my eyes to run into the dry shower of summer to find that driver had no smile, hidden or otherwise. There was just the small piece of his power showing. Juice giver and I would try to stay out of his way. On most days, we could give the birth to the beast of driver's power to stay safe, but there were days his rage spilled over the table of our car, flooded the vehicle, soaking everything, no escape. I would hold on and pray for driver to find the wheel in his heart again. These street lights hold me as we travel to only driver knows where. There are days the juice giver wakes me up and she is not there. She stares at things the driver and I can't see. Most days we could keep her with us, but there were days she would not be moved. The silent braking would crash through the car in a way no one but us could see. On those days, driver and I would pray she finds the drink her searing soul needs. The lights go by. The darkness goes by. The car stops. Driver and juice giver get out, but my door is locked. There is a water woman in juice giver's seat asking me where we are going. There's a princess in the back seat wearing my crown, asking water woman for a drink and looking to me, cascading light in the darkness. She says she can see the next street light and loves this adventure, asks how I always know what to do. In the rearview mirror, I see an old man and woman who look a little like driver and juice giver. The princess calls them grandma and grandpa. I match eyes with the old man, both of us now fathers. Driver has driven me to the driver's seat. The old say we are going to make it. Water woman puts her hand on my leg and says we will be okay. I'm in the driver's seat, my foot on the pedal, going 90 miles an hour into the darkness with no lights in sight.
Yeah, Kevin!
Woohoo! That was kick ass.
That's
Wow.
the sound of 14 people being speechless. What?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite pieces that Graylin wrote last year. It actually
So
took
awesome
to top that after he read that one to me.
No doubt, I can see. So
that piece is on our album. Shameless plug.
Oh, bet. Drop some links and stuff. We want more of that.
Yeah, we want more of that for sure. Drop the links in the chat, please. And speaking of Sidekick, I believe he's here in the room and ready to perform. Yes, indeed, with that beard. Oh, yeah.
Tag me in,
bless us
Kevin.
with some words?
I would love to. Dude, thank you so much. Okay, I love your work always. And to have you read mine is always such an honor. Yeah, being a sidekick is one of my favorite roles in life. But sometimes it requires an integrity or a bit of strength that's more than I can bear. And at that time, it requires me to look for my bodyguard, which is a gaudy bard, a sidekick, a hardly psychic, 40 stars lit to disguise him. Bombard the party hard, quick. This hardy fool twists the hardest tool. This dismissed when he twists. If you hardly exist, then he's pissed amongst the demons and shit. Heartily divide, godly, oddly misplaced, too cool, always getting forced. Stay sweaty, waste from every pore, sore from every door, shut in disgrace, but he still sin just in case. In the grit of a misplaced hate, straightforward, to the Northwood Mountains. No one can afford to be around him, surrounded by fountains that bubble blood, stumble and spin, been in trouble, but he wins with every grin, humble. When it's done, it's a heavy stun to the whole crowd. He can eat a whole cow, beat an old fool creep, cheat on the key go wild, teeth looking for cash, ash, or meat to devour the street glow below his feet in this hour. He never sleeps. It's just bits of peace with his eyes closed, too wise though, so he never shows his hand, knows this land is so clever. He never goes unspoken, shows he can sever whatever grows broken, save size of the skies seen. He's so mean. Throw patience across the scene, oceans of emotions just wiped clean. These motions of broken homes, straws drawn short, sort through the bullshit. 2 full clips, spit in all directions, imperfections. Who spit the illest shit? Diss to impress, he killing it. Impressions press against imperfections, inspections till it's lit, injections fill him quick, inventions from some dimensions he travels in. Unravels sin, fill in with a grin till the devil sleeps. Creeps past slowly, knowing it's all an 8-bit dream. Sidekick by Thomas from OpenMinds.
Oh shit.
Hey, that's great.
Love you, Thomas. I got one more for y'all I wanted to do. Try to make a couple of y'all smile. This is my favorite love poem. I love doing this, so I hope y'all enjoy it. This is an ode to the girl at Omar's Cheese Shop. Y'all, I ain't fallen in love with a girl this hard, this fast for something this small since like last week. So I tell her I just want the cheese. Wow, tongue in cheek. Because I'm telling you, this girl had the Gouda and the Ardell. I'm talking about this girl had that Benny Bouche and that Pepper Jack. I'm talking about this girl had American, Baby Swiss, Kobe, Yorkshire Blues, Amar cheese, red cheese, blue cheese, salted cheese, and queso. And I don't even know what that last cheese was. I'm telling you, this girl had enough cheese to take you from A to Z and all the way back. This girl had enough cheese to give it to you 365. That's 1 piece of cheese a day for an entire year. This girl had enough cheese to make this poet lyrically constipated. Hi was all I could think to say, so I just sat and contemplated my approach, because you got to be smooth when approaching the grilled cheese girl at Omar's Cheese Shop. So I walked up to her. It was a long walk. And I said, hey, did it hurt when you lost your wings and fell from heaven? And her response was something I was not expecting. She said, boy, you got a library card? Because I'm trying to check you out. So I responded very quickly before fear had a chance to enter in or doubt. And I said, baby, I ain't a photographer, but I can picture us together. She said, I'm going to need a Band-Aid because I done scraped my knee while falling for you. I said, have you got a map? Because I just done got lost in your eyes. She said, oh, you must be Pentecostal because, boy, I'm trying to lay hands on you. I said, darling, you know that I put the stud in Bible study, right, baby? She said, then walk around me 7 times and we'll see if I fall for you. I said, then be Cinderella because that dress is going to be off by midnight. She said, boy, your body is made up of 65% water and I'm thirsty. So to all of my friends who told me there was too much cheese inside of my poetry or flirtation, please, I did not need some kind of flirtation cop. What I needed was to meet the girl at the cheese shop. And just in case y'all think this was luck, happenstance, or getting with her was easy, come on now. For that girl, you got to be a special kind of cheesy. Thank you, OpenMinds.
Amazing performance, Sidekick. God damn. Everyone, open
Boy.
your mic.
That was
Legend.
so good.
Absolute
Oh my
legend.
God. Yeah. Everybody's laughing in every box. Every Zoom box is overcome with laughter. Sidekick. Yeah, you brought that poem. Yeah.
Right.
Woo-hoo.
I love
Everybody
you
open
guys,
their
man.
mics for
Best
Sidekick.
group in the world.
Best poem ever.
Oh, good.
The riot. That is so funny.
Oh, love it. Thomas had to come in there. I heard the cover go on, and I was like, "Oh, you got to come hear this."
If any of you guys want to see that poem again, it's featured on Right About Now on YouTube.
Okay.
Thank you for the shout out, Kevin. You're the best.
Yeah, Kevin, if you have that link, could you put it in the chat? I would love to see that again.
Oh my gosh, I have to do all the work for all of you.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you. You're an integral
Yes,
part.
thank
Love
you,
you.
Kevin.
All right, so to close out the show, I believe that's everyone except for Miss Debbie. Would you like to bless us with some words?
Thanks. I'm just going to do a cover. I'm just going to do a cold read of A Frog Corpse. Let's see.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm just doing a cold read. I hope I can do it. Called The Cavalry. I lose myself in mind. I used to think in shapes. I used to write in angles. Now I write without an aim. My words are firing blindly. My fingers, a cavalry. All of my bullets are loaded, and there is no dodging me. My ink, my voice and paper, my artillery. What you see is art. I kill to form a dream. Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, Debbie.
Very frog corpse.
Yeah. Poetry to Die by Frog Corpse. I just got this in the mail the other day. I'm such a proud owner. You should want to own this book too. And his book, The Morning Hour. I've got
Where
them
did you
both.
get that? Icon has?
Pardon?
Where you get that?
I got them direct from Frog Corpse.
Okay, I'll be hunting him down now.
Yes,
Kind of
do.
trying to
It's
find a
really
link. We'll see if I
good
have
work.
the skill.
Yes, if you could.
Oh, Paul, Skiff is demanding more Berkeley story. Isn't it kind of late, y'all? I was going to be judicious.
10:37. It's never too late for Berkeley stories.
I have to run into the other room to get Berkeley story. Hang on.
That was so
Okay,
good.
we'll
and I'm
wait.
upset now that I don't have time to listen to it because I was supposed to be in bed half an hour ago. Dang it.
Okay, so instead of reading any real today for Berkeley story, I'm just going to read the back cover for you all because actually this is some of the best writing I've ever done. No, first I'll read a blurb from a famous blurber who I just happened to see today and gave him his complimentary copy. So the amazing Jonah Raskin wrote, Edwin, in The Embrace of Entropy, tells the story of a wild at heart middle-aged librarian and a tribe of street people, including Edwin, a skateboarder. Dialogue moves the sexy narrative along smartly. Descriptions of notorious places like People's Park ground the characters in what might pass for contemporary reality. Segal provides a glossary with definitions of words like squat, plus a recipe for meatloaf that promises to be as tasty as the story that precedes it. Yes, you get a recipe for meatloaf when you buy this book. And my my own elevator pitch or synopsis is some of the best writing I've ever done, and I'll just leave you with this. Edwin is a 19-year-old hobo who hates money and sobriety. Maybe if he got some, he'd change his mind. Barb is a libertine librarian who seeks enlightenment. Kalima, a pink-haired enigma, seeks her unbridled lover, Edwin. Ringo, an octogenarian in a French beret, materializes in Berkeley, California in 2012, knowing all the answers. What are the questions? Dell is a skeptical journalist with a list. These 5 interact for the time it takes fruit to turn to booze. Will they get what they are seeking? You won't know until the last page. Buy my book. Buy my book.
Debbie, you might be the coolest person. I don't know.
I'm still waiting on my copy. I
interrupt
can't wait to
anybody
get
else.
it, Debbie.
Yeah, otherwise, if you've made arrangements with me, this is not a pitch towards you, but to everybody else, okay. And the thing is, if you just put the title into your computer, it's such a unique title, it will take you right to the ordering platform. That's how amazing it is. Because that doesn't usually happen. There's usually 5 pages of inact.
Didn't mention this earlier, but please, if you're new to the platform, please put your IG handle in the chat or information about contact. I will put my IG in the chat right now. Let's get our community on. Let's really make this a community here, more than it already is.
Let's get our community on. I love it. All right, I'll go with mine. I don't know if anybody's not following me, but let's try. Okay, now everybody else, go ahead. Awesome.
So,
thank you all. Good night.
Good night, Kevin.
Thank you all for being a part of the magic and this chaos that we all live inside of.
Indeed.
Love and appreciate you all.
I actually think I'm going to read tonight, Catalyst. I have brand new shit written to a prompt that I did not know what to do with. It's for an anthology done by Finn Hall out of Scotland. And the prompt is Unite the States of America. And originally I was a little perplexed, but this is what I came up with. Let me know what you think. Unite the States of America? What can be done to unite the states of America now? Someone please tell me. I don't know how. The education gap is now so wide, one cannot the other abide. If you want to ban books, I do not want you. And you likely want to ban me. It's true. There's no room here for the other haters. In my country, they would be called traitors to an ideal where we are all equal. No fascist nightmare, no Nazi sequel. Gilead kept to a sci-fi tale in this democratic republic truly so frail that a rapist con man fraud can threaten to become a dictator just by saying he alone can make the country greater with simple solutions to the complex issues we face today. Like, should we all to their God pray? I refuse to bow before their twisted vision of Christ. I will fight before I am sacrificed to their golden calf trump. I am no sucker. I am no chump. And there lies the problem with uniting these states of America. One side likes facts, the other esoterica, and conspiracy theories drenched in lies. Unite the states of America? Is this wise? How do we do it when one side hates everyone not like them in these disunited states? Love seems to be the only answer that's true, and love is the only way we will get through these troubled times of disunity and hate. I truly hope it is not too late. So that's my original. And here is my cover. Where did it go? Here we go. This is Wordy Rapping Hood by the Tom Tom Club, an offshoot band of the Talking Heads. What are words worth? Words worth. Words. Words in paper, words in books, words on TV, words for crooks, words of comfort, words of peace, words to make the fighting cease, words to tell you what to do. Words are working hard for you. Eat your words, but don't go hungry. Words have always nearly hung me. Ram sam sam, rian sam sam, guli 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 gulian sam sam, hai kaye hai kaye aua ichi chi. What are words worth? Words worth, words. Words of nuance, words of skill, and words of romance are a thrill. Words are stupid, words are fun. Words can put you on the run. Mots pressés, mots sensés, mots qui disent la vérité. Mots maudits, mots mentis, mots qui manquent le fruit d'esprit. Ram sam sam, rian sam sam, guli 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 gulian sam sam, ai kae ichi chi. What are words worth? Words worth, words. It's a rap race with a fast pace. Concrete words, abstract words, crazy words and lying words, hazy words and dying words, words of faith and tell me straight, where words and swear words, good words and bad words. Ram sam sam, rian sam sam, guli 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 yam sam sam, ai kae ichi chi. What are words worth? What are words worth? Words. Words can make you pay and pay for letter words I cannot say. Panty, toilet, dirty, devil. Words are trouble. Words are subtle. Words of anger, words of hate. Words are over here, words out there, in the air and everywhere. Words of wisdom, words of strife. Words that write the book I like. Words won't find the right solution to the planet's Earth's pollution. Say the right word, make a million. Words are like a certain person who can say what they mean, don't mean what they say, with a rap here and a rap there, here a rap, there a rap, everywhere a rap. Wrap it up for the common good. Let us enlist the neighborhood. It's okay. I've overstood. This is a wordy rapping hood. Okay, bye.
Oh, Kita
Thank you.
Dope. Love it. Thank
Dude,
you so
your
much.
tongue is so quick, man, to get
Yeah.
all those words in. It's so tricky.
Got me vibing too. That was awesome. I loved your original. So you're always so powerful. I love it. I love you, Magus. Thank you for being you.
I love you.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank particularly Olivia, Mercedes, for being first time here on the mic. I want to welcome all of you all to next week's Chaos Magic, which will be Monday night at 8 p.m. Please come by. We need your words. We crave your words. We love your words, and we love you. Thank you very much. You all have a great evening. Good night.
You too, Gustav. Hear your song
Good
next
night.
week, Olivia.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Meg.
Olivia, you really rocked the mic. You spoke to me. So those grief poems were so deep and really hit me right in the heart.
Thank you, Magus. It means a lot that I can be meaningful in that way. I'm really glad. Thank you for creating this space. That means a lot to me. So appreciate you.
Cheers. Good night, everyone.
Good night.